Good morning. It is early, too early for me to be on camera because the way this head is set up, it is not cool. But remember yesterday I came to you all with my dry erase board that I got from Lowe's for $6. And I told you I would show you how I set it up. I'm actually thinking about taking that one I bought for the kids and using it too, but don't tell them. I'm going to have to replace it. But I told you how I would show you how I set up my wholesale system and what I'm tackling for quarter three and what I hope to see for quarter three. So, in regards to calls and emails, these are cold calls, cold emails, cold/warm. So the ticks, these each mark is a tick, and I have to thank Gay from iProsper Network because she shared a sheet with me, and then I just took it to the 1000th power. So each one of these ticks under email section equals 10. So 10 emails, 20, 30, 40, 50, right? So these are how many I should be sending out. This is for the quarter. So everyone's board will look different based on what and how many of your packages or your products, how many you want to close, how many you want to sell. So yours will look different and based off of how much you sell them for. Now these are calls, and these are how many cold calls I'm getting on. Because then over here are appointments. How many appointments were booked? Then down here are, because we know people will book appointments, but they don't always keep them. So then down here, how many calls were taken, meaning how many appointments that were booked did I actually speak to the people. Then over here, I have my packages, right? And so I'm keeping track of how many of each said package that I sell. So just so you know, this whole board represents for quarter three, as you see in the corner. It's not for a month, it's for the quarter. So these are the different packages that I have. So Chrissy's asking me a question. Do you write your own copy for emails or swipe? Yes, I write my own copy for emails. But these emails are cold emails to companies. This is not the emails that I send to my, like people who are on my email list. This is totally different. So just so you know that. In regards to, I'm very bad at sending emails to my email list, which I'm trying to get better at. And so for that, I have my amazing assistant. These are goals. So Chrissy's asking me some questions. So I'm going to get into the goals. See my goals over here that I set. So let me walk through Chrissy and then I'll come back and answer your questions. So these are the different packages that I have, right? And so then the packages, the tick equals how many of each package have I sold. Now, disclaimer, this does not include any packages that I have currently. These are what I want to accumulate for quarter three. This is not including any clients that are on now. This is what I want in the future, like for quarter three. So these are the packages, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And then of course, everyone has custom proposals that you can do as well, or you should. And then here are the programs. So the packages are done for you. The programs are already done. I'm just fixing the recording of them and making some extra templates to put in them. And then they're getting put on a platform so they can stand alone. So this is Instagram Jumpstart course, Instagram Stories Masterclass, and this is the social media content for entrepreneurs, the book I was telling you all about. So those are my 3 pack programs. Boom. That's what I have right now. That's what I'm going to be spewing for this quarter three, the next 3 months. Then follow up. Who do you need to follow up with? For me, here are the people. S, because she's someone who's in my group, and so I didn't want to put her name out there. The rest of these people you wouldn't know. So my follow up, these are the people that I need to follow up with. Brenda is someone that I need to follow up with, and I need to send her 2 proposals, right? So, and then this is for the state of Maryland. 3 proposals I have to get out to them. So that's what that is. Goals. Do you see my goals, people? So my target goal, because I added up all the money, hopefully I can add correctly, is $59,150 for quarter three. That is my target. How will I reach that? By getting, so the numbers are how many of each package I want to sell for the quarter. Keep in mind, this is not monthly. This is for the quarter. So 2,000, the 2,000 package, one of those, which is already done. See, so it's sold. So I can actually put 0 right there because I don't need that. That's already taken care of. The 1.5, I want to sell 3. The 10K, I want to sell 2, which hopefully when I do this, these 2 will help take care of that. The 1,200, 3, the 800, 2. These are the programs down here. And so for the programs, I have, this is the cost of the one Instagram Jumpstart course. I went up on the price. I want 10 people. 10 is always like my number. The Instagram Stories Masterclass, it's $19. Went up again on the price. $50. Now I'm going to run ads for this, and this is going to be evergreen, so it could be more than that. And then the social media content for entrepreneurs, the book I was telling you about that I'm creating, I want 100. Again, I'll be running ads with those and using influencers to sell that. And little tricky, and the little secret, I'll be selling it on this one and these two, 1, 2. I'm looking into selling them on Groupon. So I don't know if you all know about that, but that's another one. At the bottom, change management consultant, because I saw this title and I loved it and I fell in love with it. I saw it like in a corporate entity. And so I'm one who brings change with your marketing, but change management consultant. So when I'm talking to corporations, corporate, the 10K, that's the title that I'll be using. And that's the title that makes me feel like money, right? So that's why I put that down there. And then, of course, quarter 3. Now, Chrissy, let me answer some of your questions. Yes, the goals are set down over here. Do you write your own copy? I answered that. How long does it take you to get the emails together, or do you do them on the fly? So I have 4, right? Because there's a follow-up process. And so you have to, I'm all for automation because I just don't have time. Because again, like I said, these are just what I want to bring on. I already have clients that fill these 1, 2, 3, 4, these 4. So I don't have time to do things on the fly, which is why I write out everything. So no, I don't do emails on the fly. And for me, I feel like if it's on the fly, it's not organized and your message is not organized and precise. I even research, which everyone should, I hope. I research who I'm going to call, who I'm going to email. Emails also include me reaching out to them on LinkedIn, because some people I reach out to on LinkedIn and message them as well. What does my follow-up look like? So I'm confused when you say boilerplates. You'll have to explain that to me, Chrissy, but what does my follow-up look like? So with this person right here in particular, I spoke with her. I sent her a proposal. She came back with, oh, I don't need everything that's in the proposal. Can you send me something with bloop, bloop, bloop? She wanted something different. I sent a second proposal. She said, okay, I'm going to look over this. And she had someone else's. So now, right, this is my first, second. You can either count this as my second or third follow-up. My third follow-up, oh, boilerplates. That's the email templates. Okay. I've never heard it called that. Maybe I guess I'm not in marketing enough. I've never heard it called boilerplates. But okay. So then when I follow back up with Wanda, I'm going to say something like, hey, Wanda, just wanted to check in, because she didn't even really have a date for her item. So what I'm doing with her is she's having an event and she wants marketing for the event. And so it's supposed to be a 3-month span, but then she wanted to do something like quicker. So we're going to do like a blitz. So I'm going to follow up with her and say, hey, I just wanted to reach back out and see if you had a chance to look over the proposal that I sent you, if you've made a choice, blah, 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 blah. That's what the follow-up with Wanda will say. With S, With the other two, these two right here, S&S, let's just call them S&S. Same thing. Hey, with those, I know that they were leaning more towards hiring me. So what I'll say to them is, hey, do you have a start date? Right? Because I wasn't given a start date. Thank you. So for those two, S&S, I'll just pop in and say, hey, it was really great talking to you. Just wanted to check, see if you had a start date that you were looking at, because I'm trying to, get some things organized for the new month and the new quarter. And I just wanted to make sure that I save you a spot, right? These I'm just going to flat out send the proposals. That's the follow-up for that. Once I send the proposals, they're all getting sent out today. Once I send this proposal today, I'm going to email her on Tuesday. Like, hey, did you have a chance to look over the proposal? Because that gives them the weekend to look over the proposals. With the state of Maryland, it's due by Monday. So I'm getting it in early. With Brenda, I told her I'd have it by end of week. It's end of week, so she's going to have it. And that gives her the weekend to look it over with the people she needs to look it over with, which is her husband, because it's her and her husband's business. So I'm answering Chrissy's question. So discovery's call to strategy call, and where did the close come in? So for me, I do discovery call, proposal, then either they have questions about the proposal, or we go straight into, yes, let's get started on X date, or I have questions, and if they have questions, I'm happy to hop on another call. If they don't have questions, and some people just flat out say, that's not in my price range right now. And I say, okay, when they say I'm not in their price range, because some people I'm not, and that's fine, but I'm not lowering my prices. So what I say is, oh, be sure to join me in my Facebook group, which is here, or, I have, and then I tell them about these things, especially if it's something related to what I would have been doing. So if someone's reaching out to me about Instagram, I say, oh, well, I have X, A, and B. You can get the course and then you can watch it or have your VA watch it. It's a cheaper choice. They'll see that it's still not compared to what I would do and want to hire me. I have contracts and proposals, and I have a template that I use for those. Like, they're custom templates that I send off via email. And you can send it with Dubsado. I don't know if you use Dubsado, Chrissy, but I will say that Proposal-Fi, I think that's how you say it. I came across that and I joined the 14-day free whatever. And I really liked it because it let me know when. So with Dubsado, you can see when someone opened it, but they can't post questions in there. And you can't see how many times they opened it. You just saw that they opened it that one time. With Proposal-Fi, you can see when they opened it. They can put their questions directly in there. And you can see how many times they opened it and what time they opened it. So if someone opened it once and then didn't open it again, that's like, they're not too sure. So let me reach out. But if someone opened it a few times, I can be like, okay, they're really interested, but it's something that's keeping them from continuing. So let me go ahead and follow up and see what's going on so that I can get them as a client. Now, what I also do is, this is my little secret. When I see that someone is close to the yes, then the no, but it's just something that's keeping them. When I do my follow-up, I give them something of value. So with Wanda, when I would do my follow-up with her, I'd say, hey, I don't know when your program is, but here is a few Facebook groups that I think you should join that could help get the word out about your event, right? And I would have researched or have my assistant research those Facebook groups that would be good for her to join, that I would have joined for her and promoted her items in, but I'm just giving it to her so she can see what I would do. For S&S, I might send them hashtags that I've researched. Or for Brenda, I might For Brenda, I already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead. She asked me about, for her, it's two. It's a business proposal for business strategy. And then the second proposal is for marketing. So for the business strategy, I might go ahead and send her the contact information for someone that she should reach out to for the business off the break without anything. So it's like, okay, what these people will see is that she's went ahead and did some legwork without even being paid or hired. I'm going to hire her because if this is what she's done already without me even hiring her, I'm going to go ahead and just close the deal. So, and that's what it looks like. So I got a lot of work to do here in quarter 3. And I'm going to be honest and let you know how far I've gotten with my goals. If I get halfway through, I will be so thankful to the Lord. And no, when I get halfway through, because you have to speak things into existence, I'll be so thankful for God. I'm already thankful for him, but I'll probably be in here shouting. And this is, no, so just so you realize, this is what a blitz for me looks like, because that's what I'm doing for quarter 3. I'm doing a blitz because there's some things that I want to do. And so I said, oh, I need to do a blitz to make these things happen for quarter 3. So that's why it looks like so many. Well, that's not so many emails, because some people do 100 emails a day, but what I can say and what I do know is that my close rate is amazing. I have a 90% close rate. So I don't have to do as many emails and calls because my close rate is amazing. So that's why some people can't. And when you're doing this, know what you're great at. So if cold calling isn't your thing and you get flustered or then you need to do more, because you won't be having as many calls change to appointments. If you can't close, right, then you need to be booking more calls and having more calls taken. Because if you're not a great closer, then you need to do more of it so that you can make these numbers show up. And the numbers I want for an entire quarter are not even a lot. So let me know if you guys have questions.